Hello, everybody. Um, it has really cooled off outside today compared to yesterday. Yesterday, I took some pictures and I posted them on my Facebook. Here in Greensboro, the leaves had barely started to change, and it was still blue skies in the mid 70s. And today is a different story. At 5:30 this morning, I was up and it was 54 degrees outside, and it's now 2 o'clock and it's like 46 outside. It's not rainy, it's just been like a fine misty rain, and the leaves are starting to turn from that, and then they're falling. So I took a picture yesterday of the leaves in my front yard and took one today, and there's a drastic change. Drastic change. It's supposed to be, I think, 32 degrees tomorrow night. Oh, wow. That's really going to be cold. I'm glad I'm on vacation next week. I can stay home and get some things done. I always take my vacation the first week of October. I mean, the week during Halloween. Anyway, don't forget next weekend, not this weekend, but next weekend, to set your clocks back by an hour. That's when we fall back. So anyway, I was reading a thing about, they did an interview with Bernie Madoff's wife. Those of you who know Bernie Madoff, he was the one who just went to prison for the $1 billion Ponzi scheme. It was the biggest Ponzi scheme in history. He got billions of dollars from unsuspecting people that thought they were making investments, and as it turned out, they weren't making investments at all. He was just taking all the money. He said that people seem to think that he ripped off widows and orphans, but what he did was make wealthy people wealthier. So then what about the widows and orphans that you ripped off to make the wealthy people wealthier? His wife, they did an interview with her, and she says that when he told her, I think it was on Christmas Eve, when he told her, and she said that she was devastated, and that I think he came and told the whole family, and that they were all devastated. And she said that she didn't remember whose idea it was, either his or hers, but they decided to try suicide that night. And so she said they took a bunch of pills, including Ambien, excuse me, to kill themselves. But she said they both woke up the next day, and in hindsight, she said she's glad that they didn't die. But you know, one of their sons killed himself, I think, a year or so ago, and they said that he had tried suicide 14 months before that, by the same means as taking a bunch of pills like his parents did, and it failed then. To me, that's just so, I mean, weren't Bernie Madoff and his wife thinking, I'm sure the wife was devastated, but weren't they thinking, you know, on top of everything that he's done, and on top, the news is going to break and this is going to be all out, and weren't they thinking about their kids, about how their suicide would affect them after that? I guess not. They were only thinking of themselves. But I can't help, I feel bad for the family in a way, but I can't help but think that they had to know something shady was going on. Just something, he had too much money to be doing what he was doing. You know, something shady had to be going on. Excuse me. I guess I've got whatever's going around at work. I woke up this morning and my throat hurt so bad. And then I went and I bought me some secrets this morning at the store. And I'm a little bit stuffy, throat hurts, scratchy throat, coughing. I don't have a fever and I don't feel sick. As long as I don't feel sick, then I'll be alright. I can muddle through. Get me through the next 2 days, and then I'll be on my vacation. Don't want to be sick on my vacation, but I'd rather be sick on my vacation than on days when I have to go to work, because I don't miss work. I just don't. I was in the hospital in January of 2010 when I had my heart attack. And I missed a month then. I was on sick leave then. But before that, I had worked there. In other words, I've been there for 12 years and 2 months, and I've called in one time. See? I'm a very good employee, if I do say so myself. Anyway. So what do you think about the Ponzi scheme and Bernie Madoff? Bernie Madoff says that he feels safer in prison than he does on the outside. I bet he does. Because he knows somebody would kill him if he was ever on the outside. Somebody would get him for sure. So he says that he feels safer because he said he was scared for the last 20 years because he was in control. And he feels safer and not scared anymore in prison because he's not in control. I guess for the last 20 years, he was scared because he was scared he was going to get caught. That's all it was. He was scared he was going to get caught. And it finally happened. Shit has a way of catching up with you. Everything you do will catch up with you. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, and it could be 20 years down the road. But it will catch up with you. That's why we call it karma. That's why it has a name. Anyway. I guess that's all I have to talk about now. Oh, I went and I bought my Thanksgiving candy today. I usually buy the candy that I like to eat, but I never have any left over, so I just went the cheap route since I have between 75 and 100 trick-or-treaters, and I bought I meant to bring them in here to show you the red Twizzler sticks and the Smarties. So if I have any left, I like the Swizzle sticks. I can eat those, and then I think the kids like the Smarties. If I have any left, I'll just give the Smarties to them. My kids, not the kids. My kids. Even though they're in their 30s, they're still my babies. You all know how that goes. Anyway, so I guess that's all I'm going to talk about today, and until next time, bye-bye.